What is going on, everybody? I wanted to hop on here because Larian just announced in community update number 30 a huge drop of information regarding Baldur's Gate 3 with some big updates coming next year. It would be officially patch 8, I believe, and I wanted to go over the update here together so we can all kind of be in line together. So this is really cool. I've been a huge fan of Baldur's Gate 3 since it was first announced, and we used to do these panels from hell where they would announce the new early access patches, and they would do big info drops like this, but they would do it as a panel, and they would cosplay and all sorts of cool stuff. So I like to keep that spirit alive by doing these videos, going over the updates. So first, we'll go ahead and dive right in. As you can see here, I have the Steam patch notes. So we're taking a look at crossplay. So whether you're joining PS5 players from your PC, Mac, Xbox, looks like multiplayer is going to feature full cross-platform progression, including crossplay. So this is amazing. I know people have been waiting for this for a long time. It's going to be really interesting to see how it works between PC and console, but because PC can basically switch to the console version just by simply turning controller mode on, I think that's going to be great. This is the huge news right here. Patch 8 is going to introduce 12 new subclasses. Insane. A lot of these are based on real D&D subclasses, and it says here they've got a little touch of homebrewing of their own coming in here. Looks like we're looking at Bard, Barbarian, Cleric, Druid, Paladin, Fighter, Monk, Ranger, Rogue, Sorcerer, and Warlock, as well as Wizard. New abilities, animations, VFX, summons, cantrips, unique voiced dialogue lines for the Oathbreaker Knight, written specifically for Oathbreakers. That's going to be your Paladin, along with the touch of homebrewing. All right, so let's go into this. So we've got the Bard College of Glamour. Gives you the power to heal friends, command enemies with equal measure, get to cast Mantle of Inspiration, gives your allies 5 temp hit points. If an enemy attacks while it's cast, they'll find themselves charmed. Wow, charmed is great for crowd control, especially on some harder difficulties. Charmed was very important on my honor mode run, especially to be able to resist the charm. But my Bard was super helpful being able to charm people. You can use this to your advantage with Mantle of Majesty. Target charm enemies and you can command them to flee, move closer, freeze, drop to the ground, or drop their weapon. That's amazing. Barbarian Path of Giants. This is awesome. You've got Giant's Rage passive that grants you a bonus to your strength and size, allowing you additional damage with throw attacks. Throwing was one of my favorite things to do. I actually found this Eldritch Knight throw class. That's like a Spartan warrior thrower. Barbarian also has some great throw abilities, but this will make it even better. And it looks like it's going to help you out with increased carrying capacity with Path of Giants. Death Domain. This is a very popular subclass from 5e, from D&D 5e. Toll of the Dead. If you play D&D, especially if you're like a big min-maxer, if you're optimizing your damage output, Toll of the Dead is probably one of the best cantrips, because it does a 1d8, and it also gives you, which scales if your target has already taken damage. We've also added homebrew ability to explode nearby corpses. That's amazing. If any Divinity Original Sin fans here know about Corpse Explosion, or Diablo. Diablo, of course, has got that. But Divinity, that was a really cool spell with Corpse Explosion. Druid, Circle of Stars. Let's take a look. Offered beyond those through classic wild shapes, taking on 3 starry forms for their power. So use constellations of Archer, Chalice, or Dragon. Each one favors a different style of play. Archer deals Radiant. Life-giving is for Chalice. And the Wise Dragon, allowing you to deal damage with added bonuses to Constitution rolls. Very cool. I like that. Paladin, Oath of the Crown. Guide your companions with righteous clarity. Taunt enemies with strategic interrupts. Keep your party standing strong with Divine Allegiance, absorbing their damage while restoring health. Really allows the Paladin to be more of the tank type feature with this, so that's awesome. Arcane Archer. Yeah, here we go. Mastering the dual arts of magic and marksmanship. Offers a unique animations of shooting. Banish foes, all right. Banish is very powerful if you know that from D&D. Completely just takes an enemy out. Psychic damage, blinding them with wisdom saving throws. That's awesome. Drunken Master. I know some people actually that played Monk specifically hoping that was in the game. So that's awesome to see. Intoxicating Strike. There we go. Sobering Realization. That's awesome. Very cool. Ranger Swarmkeeper. Okay, this is really cool. 3 kinds of deadly swarms. The Cloud of Jellyfish. Flurry of Moths. Let's see. Cloud of Jellyfish does lightning damage. Flurry of Moths does psychic with the potential to blind. Blind is super helpful. I just want to drop that in here. That saved me so much on my Honored run because blind will give you advantage against them and disadvantage targeting you. Super helpful to help you survive tough combat. The Legion of Bees deals deals piercing damage. We knock back 15 feet. All right. Swarm has teleportation. But that's really cool. I like that. Swashbuckler. Super iconic rogue class here. Let's see. Tossing sand, blinding them, disarming, fancy footwork. Everyone knows that. Passive while meleeing enemies to ensure they can't make opportunities for the rest of the turn. That's a staple right there. Let's see. Shadow Magic. Okay. Gives you superior dark vision as well as shadow walk between dim light or darkness. It also lets you call forth the perfectly homebrewed Hound of Ill Omen. There we go. Get the doggo. Use the strength of the grave to prevent you from being downed. Ideal for honor mode runs. Okay. Hey, there you go. People struggling with honor mode. Take a look at that. Now, if I can't believe this wasn't in the game, and honestly, they made the Pact of the Blade feature, or just Warlock in general feature some of the Hexblade stuff. So that's where I thought, okay, they got away with not putting Hexblade in there by adding some Hexblade flavor to the Warlock, but now they're putting it actually in here. Hexblade is one of the most iconic Warlock subclasses. So let's see, you've got new summons, necrotic damage. Let's see here. Wizard Blade Singing. This is also a huge subclass from D&D 5e. A lot of people become a blade singing wizard. It basically allows you what you think, an up close fighter wizard type that lets you use magic. So the only thing about blade singing in D&D 5e is that you have to be careful with your ability spreads, because then you're focusing on lots of different ability spreads. You can't really focus on 2. You usually are focusing on about 3. So we have to be really smart with the gameplay there. But blade singing is one of the most popular wizard classes. Photo mode. I know so many people have been wanting photo mode, so this is awesome for it to finally come. You got some camera settings that'll be in here with the photo mode. It's going to go over all this, your lens settings. Look at this. This is great. We're going to see so many of these on social media. This is fantastic. Setting the scene, post-processing effects, perfect. So some of these really great people out here who take these virtual photography are really going to get deep into the weeds with this and make some amazing stuff. Frames, stickers, of course. All right, and then the important news is, when is it going to happen? So it looks like they're looking at January for the stress tests. It'll be available on Xbox, PlayStation, as well as PC to stress test patch 8. Super important. Early access really helped the game come out in a great state. Obviously, it needed a little bit more tweaking, and they've been making it even better throughout this time, but it's important to have a good stress test in there. A couple other things, they got a community support nomination at the Game Awards this year, so that's awesome. You can click here in the patch notes to be able to watch, of course, gives you a link to that. And they're wishing everybody a very Larian Christmas. Keep your eye out in December for puzzles to earn rewards that you'll cherish and remember. But that's it. That's the community update number 30 for patch 8, which again would be next year. This is fantastic news. I can't believe they just dropped this on us the day before Thanksgiving. I know in America, the rest of the world, tomorrow isn't really a big deal, but this is amazing. Larian is the gift that keeps on giving. So for Thanksgiving, I'm definitely thankful for Larian and Baldur's Gate 3. All right, everybody. I'll be back with more Baldur's Gate information and more gaming videos. Take a look at the channel, like this video, and I definitely appreciate it, and I'll catch you on the next one.